What's going on, ladies and gents? Kage here and welcome back to the channel. Now that Digimon BEATBREAK has aired its first episode, I thought I'd share my impressions, and we're gonna take some of the time today to just go over all of the incredible new things that have come up in store, and we'll break it down, boys. And if you enjoy, feel free to subscribe. It helps us grow the channel in the long term, and that means a lot to me. But since this is the first episode, I'd love to tackle a couple of things before we get into it. To start it off, let's tackle the opening and ending theme. The opening was full of fresh energy and transitions. It felt exhilarating and fun in its 1 minute and 45 seconds. It feels more dynamic and unpredictable. It fits so well with the show's mood, and I can't wait to hear the full version. And by the way, the opening song E-Pulse by Mad Kid already dropped, and we all can see it in their YouTube channel, so make sure to check on that. The ending though, only about a minute. It's understandable, so moody. What a lovely song that is. Ending song is beat up by Ai Tomioka-san, and I can't wait for the full version for more depth. And usually with Digimon openings, there's always a glimpse of evolution for the main cast, but this one actually surprised me. We actually see none of their evolutions, well, except for Wolvermon, which is Pristimon's champion level. Design's aight, nothing crazy. He still got that Pristimon's gauntlets arm, love the eye patch too, and he seemed to be a range type, which is cool. Oh, and another one, which I was waiting for. Not the evolutions, but the pre-evolution form of Murasamemon, which is Kageromon. We got couple shots of him in the opening theme, and he's a lovely looking doggo, not gonna lie. I dig the design, and I can't wait to meet him. Next we see Tomoro Tenma and Gekkomon enjoying their free time, Rena Sakuya and Pristimon eating what seems to be a soup dumpling. Makoto Kuonji and Kurtmon, not gonna lie, he looks like an angel in this shot. Reminds me of Takeru from Digimon Adventure. And Sawashiro Kyo and Kageromon just chilling, enjoying the breeze. And we have an interesting shot showing us that the glowing dawn seems to me that they're living together under one roof, which never happened before in the history of Digimon Anime, and I adore those scenes, man. So good. And of course, I got goosebumps seeing what seems to be the dark organization's moments. Like, what? Human main antagonist? That is so crazy cool. This never happened before. We got 5 of them too, and each of them seems to own a crystal, which is dope, not gonna lie. And finally, the old man, like sitting in a Saiyan pod, looking pod. Cool. And here are some of the staff members, as well as the VA's cast members. And with that out of the way, now let's dive into it. From the start, they loaded it with lore, saying how E-Pulse is generated by humans' thought and emotion, and that same E-Pulse is used as an energy source for AI device called Sapotamas, leading to a new development for humanity. But from the shadows, terrifying monsters have appeared, monsters that evolve by consuming the E-Pulse. Now that's self-explanatory, and we kinda knew this from way back, so it's really good that they give you this understanding before diving into the episodes, because I'm telling you this, the episode is packed. The episode starts with the cleaners group, Glowing Dawn, Rena and Makoto and their partner Pristimon and Kurtmon versus Mitsuo and Fanbimon. That seems to be a thief. Yeah, basically Mitsuo here robbed a watch store. I just want to say quickly, and I'm kinda not surprised, especially after the opening, but I cannot lie. Seeing the Digidestin fighting another human using Digimon is such a treat, man. Cause I remember in Ghost game, right, that Dracmon says something along the line of wanting to use human or working with one. I was like, yosh, this is it. Which never happened. And that actually happening here brings tear to my eye. And Kurtmon seems to have a camera in his eye, and the footage is connected to Makoto's goggles, which is really creative. I guess Makoto's do something with Kurtmon. And we somewhat see their personality, right? How Makoto is more of a timid personality and Rena is more courageous and fearless. Not gonna lie, I'm already sold to these casts. I've been a little bit iffy though with Makoto's design in the beginning, but seeing this side of him, especially him being the hacker roles, computery nerds, makes me really happy. And I can't believe this next scene, we actually get to see other than the MC gets to evolve first, which is fantastic. Pristimon evolves into Wolvermon. I'm a bit sad that we didn't get to see Pristimon's attacks, but this one is great too. And not gonna lie, the stock footage for the evolution is so damn sleek, brother. And that glowing barcode in Rena's hand, plus the colors and how it turned to an egg-shaped sphere and then it breaks into Wolvermon is just so good. We get to see one of Wolversmon attack, Rapid Burst, Kirapmon's Paralyzed Echo, and Fanbemon's Gear Stinger 2. Meanwhile, Mitsuo here increasing Fanbemon's strength by inserting his E-Pulse to his Sapotama, and soon after saying how him as a pro gonna show the real way to fight, evolves Fanbemon into Waspmon. I can't believe how cool they made Waspmon here, boys. I'm in love. I hope they keep doing this Digimon's justice. He looks more robotic here cause he doesn't speak no more, straight up with the shooting. It feels so real, dude. And Wolvermon took the shot for Rena and it got hurt, right? And Waspmon going for the final blow while the tamer, Mitsuo, frantically says, "Don't even beg for your life, just accept your fate." And then we hear Kyo's voice saying that he gonna turn what Mitsuo says back to him. And we see a slash in the air, a portal opened up, and Murasamemon comes out of it, in an instant slashing Waspmon in half. We even saw Murasamemon's reflection in Waspmon's eyes before the slash too. And oh my goodness, that impact frame in the slash is impeccable. And Murasamemon's voice is so deep here. The guy's just aura farming to a high degree at this point. And by the way, the Waspmon that was slashed, it turned back into its baby level, Pupumon. And I'm really glad it didn't just disappears and dies after losing or becoming data, you know what I mean? And again, I can't believe it. We finally get to see a Digimon anime where we fight other human with their Digimons. I've been asking this for a long time, and I'm calling it. If they keep this up, this will bring the Monster of the Day format that Digimon is doing really well to the next level. Because there's a limit how we deal or interacts with Digimon, but with the human involved, imagine the variables, different emotion, the different personality that we're gonna have to deal with. This is gonna be lit. Now I know why they say that this season is for us adults, but in a way that kids can also enjoy, which is a win-win for me. And here, Mitsuo realized who he's dealing with, Sawashiro Kyo's of the Glowing Dawn, and Kyo gave that killer's look on his eyes and says what he was about to do to his family. Not gonna lie, that was cool. And Mitsuo here blaming Waspmon for the action that he himself ordered is crazy. He literally abandoned Fanbemon on the spot. I'm so happy that Murasamemon took away Pupumon from this wicked man. My gosh. The very next morning though, we see how everybody's daily activities, going for work, for school, and how they all got their Sapotamas with them. And we finally has a glimpse of our protagonist, Tomoro Tenma, heading to Shin Hikarigahama High School. And at the front gate, we meet a girl named Hitomi-chan. Her Sapotama's battery is out, so she can't get in. Because it's so crowded, she kinda slipped and accidentally tossed her Sapotama, and then Tenma grabs it. And there, a glitch occurs, and her Sapotamas went back full battery. From there, weird stuff keeps happening to her, like her grades went up, wrong orders, an empty bank account. So she meets up with Tenma, asking what he did to her Sapotamas. Tomoro Tenma explains to her that his E-Pulse might cause it to glitch, and that clears the misunderstanding. And they both talk about Shangri-La Egg. using the term that side if they were to own a lot of money, assuming there are some kind of hierarchy or class to it and the society kind of divided into two, like low class, high class. And Hitomi-chan here expresses her wish to be one day living in Shangri-La Egg, and Tenma says that it's boring and he rather plays with his drums. Soon after, he went home, and that brings us to Tomoro Tenma's flashback playing drums with his brother Asuka and his friends. And later on, Asuka went home, wakes him up, panicking, saying he should check the news. And surprisingly, the girl he met at the school, Hitomi-chan, becomes a victim to the cold heart case. Tomoro Tenma explains to his brother what happened at school, and Asuka mentions something about them and how he gonna protect Tomoro. And Tenma here asking for explanation, saying that he realized how his E-Pulse are not normal. He's an adult now, so he need the explanation. Then his brother shrugged it off with a joke that Tenma still couldn't even eat his veggies. Talk about adults. Not gonna lie, that expression is so funny. And he went out asking Tenma not to go outside. Later on, Tomoro Tenma was pissed and went to toss his Sapotama. And at that instant, the barcode thing appear in his hands and the Sapotama glows purple, getting this constant error message, pulsing like crazy. You gotta see the resonance beat, and then the word Digimon shows up, turns purple, and Gekkomon comes out of it. And he just greets Tomoro like, obviously for Tomoro that's so creepy. I mean, anybody would be shocked if that was to happen to them. Gekkomon bite Tomoro's hand, asking him for more E-Pulse, draining Tomoro's energy, snatched the Sapotamas, and went off, saying he knows where Hitomi is. And Tomoro, despite his brother telling him not to go out, went after Gekkomon because he felt like what happened to Hitomi was his fault. Soon after he went out, he met Hyenamon, chasing after Tomoro for his E-Pulse. Gekkomon saved Tomoro, but then another Hyenamon appears. But this one has somewhat different look. One has an earring and another got this scar on its left eye. Tomoro's run away again, and this time he was saved by his brother Asuka. And Asuka told Tomoro that these guys are Digimon. So Asuka here is full aware about Digimon. They reach a dead end and they have to jump to the other side. Tomoro was asked to jump first, and when Asuka tried to jump after him, one of the hyena bit his leg and started absorbing his E-Pulse. And we can see the cold heart thing starting to occur, starting to freeze his body. Tomoro grabs Asuka's hand and he began crying, saying to his brother to not let him be alone. Asuka says that he's sorry and tells Tomoro that he believes that Tomoro's pulse will shake the world. As his eyes went blank, maybe that's the cold heart thing, he then falls to the water. Not really ground. I don't exactly know what he meant by that, but god damn, that was sad. Tomoro kept running and again got caught up by the Hyenamon. Man, these guys. But this time, Gekkomon went in from the outside and swallows Tomoro wholly. Ask him to believe in him, telling him to share his E-Pulse so he can kick ass, and he's too hungry to fight. Man, Gekkomon is so cute. And with the intent to save his brother, his hands glows back and gives his E-Pulse to Gekkomon. Suddenly, Hyenamon grabs by a tongue, and with full speed, Gekkomon gave it a deep punch. Went slow-mo there for a sec. Then you see the impact frames too. That's a clean one right there. Hyenamon was devastated, and we see both Gekkomon and Tomoro Tenma looking sleek, posing just like in the trailer. You can tell that Tomoro over here puts everything on Gekkomon's for his brother. And that ends the episode with a sleek close-up to Gekkomon's eye. What an absolute powerhouse. Okay, now that we are done with the overview of the episode, let's do a little bit of talk. Let's have a conversation about what I think about the episode as a whole. All in all, I think the first episode was cinema. I think personally, I greatly so enjoys it. They have a lot of degree of flexibility, lots of potential if you will, and the reason for that is simple. Just by them adding the human antagonist is already a big leap to the Monster of the Day format that Digimon love to do. The music is obviously something I really like. Mad Pulse and Beat Up are killing it, and I do greatly enjoy that they add variations to how they're presenting the design. It's obviously not complex and convoluted, same goes with the Digimons. They got their charm, and it works really well if you know what I mean. The first half with the Glowing Dawn was also fresh. Rena and Makoto's short scene was funny, and getting other than the MC to evolve first and followed by Waspmon, I'll be honest, that's another great step. Typically, it's always the main guy, right? Gets to evolve first. Correct me if I'm wrong if this happens before, I might not remember it. And the fact that Toei tried all sorts of different things evolving in their writing, not gonna lie, make me appreciate it even more. And let's be honest, I think no one saw this coming. So shout out to the director and all the staff members of BEATBREAK, they done a phenomenal job over here. And the two different variants of Hyenamon is also great. They pissed me off a lot in this episode. Hey, I hope they get what they deserve in the next eps. And I'm so curious of what's to happen next, right? How the MC joins the Glowing Dawn, what's Gekkomon's evolution form gonna be like. We kinda get the vibe, and they kinda spoiled it a little bit on some of the first trailer over here. Seems like a bipedal chameleon. And also how these new antagonists, black organization, gym leader, Akatsuki looking people integrated to the story. I hope they're corrupted as hell. A corrupted politicians doing crazy shit or something like that. A CEO, founder, or even the president. I think it will be more cinema that way, and it's gonna be so satisfying to see how the Digidestin, you know, marks them ass off. And most of all, about the MC's big brother, Asuka, right? Cause I'm telling you this, I got my theory about this guy coming up soon, and it kinda involved this guy, and not gonna lie, my ass over here thought he was about to cook, but things kinda went south with what happens to him, so yeah. But I will still share it with you guys because there is still a chance. We don't know yet if he even dies, or even that poor girl, Hitomi-chan, getting a little screen time of her waking up and dies just to get the plot of the main story going. I think she deserves more than that, and let's hope she's okay. Let's hope that they both survive the cold heart phenomenon thing, right? Next episode seems to wrap this battle up, and we see our boy meeting up with Kyo, the leader of Glowing Dawn. Then we see a guy with two Mushmon chasing after Tomoro. Not gonna lie, I hated these Mushmon in Ghost Game, if you know what I mean. What they did to my Ruri-chan, and I will never forgive them. And I think it's good to see them again. And I guess that's when they're gonna meet up with the Glowing Dawn, right? And lastly, a divine shot of Gekkomon poking his nose, I guess. He's cute, okay? Let's let that slide this time for our lovely Gecko over here. Yeah, that's it for this episode, and thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this very first episode of Digimon BEATBREAK in the comments below. And feel free to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that too. And once again, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day.